I pack for a 4-day trip approximately 30 minutes before I leave for the airport, and it takes me exactly 5 minutes to do it. How do I do it? Simple. I always pack the same things. Not the same outfits, but the same things whenever I travel. And today I am going to teach you my flight attendant packing travel secrets. Hey everybody, it's Erica from America, your favorite flight attendant, and today I am doing another reaction video to somebody I've never reacted to before. It's the Petite Dressing channel, and the title of this piece is I'm 5'2", here's 35 outfits using 11 pieces, Fall Capsule Wardrobe Guide. I'm intrigued, are you? I have been a flight attendant for 8 years now, guys, and I've also done thousands of flights. I have found with all the different packing mistakes that I've made over the years that there are certain items that I always fly with. Most of my tips are going to apply for female. I will try to make sure to also make some suggestions for clothing at the end for men. So if you are a man, you can jump to here and you can get some suggestions on what to wear. Also, if you are a male passenger who travels a lot, I hope that you will put some stuff in the comments because obviously I'm a woman and I'm not sure what a man would travel with. So by you commenting, you can help other people that watch. But in this video today, this one is obviously a woman I'm reacting to. So we're going to be getting tips on female fashion of how to turn 11 pieces into 35 outfits. Now here's something that you might be interested in. About, I think 16 or 17 years ago, I was part of an MLM company called Weekenders. Don't know if you've ever heard of them. And if you don't know what MLM means, it means multi-level marketing. It's kind of like Mary Kay, Pampered Chef, Tupperware, that kind of stuff where you buy your product from a company and then you do like home shows and you sell your products and get a percentage of the sales as income. Weekenders, however long ago that was a travel clothing company. And they had the most amazing clothes that could be worn as pajamas or could be worn from nightclub to work or whatever. And they pretty much changed the way that I dressed forever. In addition, they had this basic concept and this basic business model that you could have 10 items that you could turn into 30 outfits. So her saying that she can do 35 outfits in 11 pieces, I believe it. I've seen it happen before. We're going to go ahead and start this video by watching what her suggestions are, and then I am going to add my own flight attendant spin at the end of this. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I have never actually reacted to Petite Dressing before. It looks like she has 440,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and look at her profile. Her description says, the smarter approach to short girl fashion. My name is Chi Lee, founder of PetiteDressing.com, a clothing site dedicated to women under 5'4". Being 5'2", I was frustrated by the shrinking petite sections in major stores, so I became an entrepreneur in 2021 to dedicate my efforts to create clothing for shorter women. I'm not exactly a shorter woman. I am 5'6", and yet I'm in this weird kind of place where like I'm too tall for petite clothes, but too short for regular clothes. So I often find that the hems of my pants get stepped all over, which drives me crazy. And yet I never hem them because I'm just too lazy. But I'm intrigued. How about you? Let's go ahead and watch her video. Okay, so it is officially now Out of Whack Wednesday because I did not get this posted on Tuesday like I'd hoped to. I was just about to post it last night when I realized that I had forgotten some important stuff. So I went ahead and shelved it for the night, went to bed, woke up this morning and decided to cut out some more. What we're about to watch is basically a fashion show. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to basically the pieces and her advice. So if you want to watch her video, it will be in the pop-up at the end. In the last 20 seconds, you can just click on that, go over, watch the whole video, and order any of the stuff that you want to order. Or she's going to put up a QR code in just a minute. Let's get back into the video.
What if I told you these 11 pieces created 35 completely different outfits? That is more than 1 month's worth. Let me show you exactly what are these 11 pieces, but more importantly, why I chose them, so that you can copy my strategy to invest a small amount, but in the right pieces. But it looks like you have this massive wardrobe. Every single outfit looks fresh and different. There is one surprising trick most women do not know. I'm going to show you at the end of the video that can completely change how you build a capsule wardrobe. Make sure you stay till the end. I'll show you all the 35 different outfits. Links are down below for everything I'm wearing, or you can scan the QR code to shop my blog post. Okay, actually create a ton of outfits. You need the colors to play together nicely. You can't just have one bright color top top that only goes with one particular pair of pants. That is not gonna work. What you need is every color to basically be best friends with each other so that any top can go with any bottom. So that means you need to stick with neutrals. Not that you cannot have any color, but for the most part, they need to be neutrals. Now let me walk through what are these 11 pieces. I'm gonna start with the 5 pieces I received from today's video sponsor, Quince. I first bought a cashmere sweater from Quince a year ago. Ever since, I am hooked. To this day, they're my go-to place to buy cashmere. I can't find a better place for this quality at this price point. This little top looks so basic, but it is anything but. The secret is in the neckline. For every day, I'm just wearing it as is. This is a boat neck. But when I want to dress up, all I need is to pull it down a little bit. Now it becomes a one shoulder. Still very cozy, but now this is a statement neckline and I can wear this to go out for a date night. Now, this is a must-have for this time of the year. The sleeveless is so versatile. Where I live, we're still getting a lot of 70, 80-degree days. So this is perfect for when it's really hot, and it works when it gets really chilly for the morning and the night times. I like it so much, I got in 2 different colors, the oatmeal and the black. The same style, but different color. Do you see how they give you completely different outfits? Now take a look at the neckline. Mock neck. This is your cheat code to looking trendy but without looking like you're trying. Let's talk about the color for a second. Burgundy is my secret weapon to add in color but still make sure it goes with everything else. And the best part, they go with all the other neutrals. Right now I'm wearing it as a top, but when it gets colder, it becomes an essential for layering. Now, this cashmere midi skirt, at first glance, might look very basic, but trust me, when you style it right, it becomes a showstopper. My absolute favorite way is to pair this with a gray top. Gray on gray, in theory, can sound really boring, but in person, look at this. It can actually look stunning because it gives you that monochromatic look. It elongates your frame and make you look taller. And also, do you notice this pairing make me look more expensive? These are the camel colored lilac pants I bought from Ann Taylor back in spring. It seriously has been doing double duty for me. The color looks so chic and professional, so it's perfect for work meetings. But because it's wide leg, that makes it look more dressy. So I can wear the same outfit from desk to dinner and still feel so appropriate. It feels like having the going out pants and work pants all in one piece. These ankle jeans from Abercrombie, you've seen me wearing them in every single video. It has literally become my everyday uniform for casual outfits. The length is exactly what I need. I've been looking for a pair of this length ankle jeans forever. This is a little bit under 25 inches. If your legs are shorter like me, this is gonna be above your ankle, and that is a perfect length to go with flat shoes. I've talked about these pants in so many other videos, so I will make it short. I'm literally obsessed because I went back and bought in 5 different colors. Now, this is what I would call an ultra high rise. But if you're like me, mostly wearing shorter tops or crop jackets, this kind of rise goes perfectly with it, and you have the double leg elongating effect. It's kind of random. I picked up this pair from H&M when I was going to store the other day. It looks so cute on the hangers. I was thinking, there's no way it's gonna fit me. I've never bought jeans from H&M before, but it turned out this pair to be one of my favorite pairs of all the wide leg jeans. I've been looking for this style for quite a while. Patch pockets, wider leg shape, and a wider hemline. I totally fell in love with these jeans, so I went back and got 2 different colors. The darker color is this one I am wearing. Sizing is slightly tighter. My typical size with most denim brands is 26 or 27, or a size 2, but with this The darker color fits a little tighter, the lighter color not as tight. Lighter color I'm wearing the size 2, and the darker color I actually went up to size 4. I know, this is probably what you expect the least from a petite woman's capsule wardrobe. A maxi-length pencil skirt. This is a true maxi-length. It's right at my ankles. But trust me, if you're petite, go longer and you'll thank me later. It's very contrary to the common belief that shorter women should go with shorter pieces, especially shorter skirts. When you go as long as you can, a maxi length, it actually elongates your body frame to the maximum. Have I mentioned pencil skirts are the trendiest skirt this season? So get a pencil skirt. It's gonna instantly make you look more stylish. We've covered 4 tops, 6 bottoms. Now we're down to the final piece. I just did a huge try on haul for coats and jackets. Believe me, for my height and also because my arms are shorter and my shoulders are narrow, it has been a struggle to look for jackets that actually fit me. And this is the one jacket I give it 10 out of 10. Aritzia is known for elevated basics. They are on the pricier side. So I only get items from them that I can get multiple uses. That's why this jacket is perfect for a capsule wardrobe because it literally goes with any bottom. Doesn't matter, it's skirts, any kind of skirt, A-line skirt or pencil skirt or wide leg jeans, straight leg jeans. This is how versatile this jacket is. So that is the 11 pieces for the entire capsule wardrobe. I'm so glad you're staying for this part of the video. I'm gonna share with you that one surprising hack that you have been waiting for. And then I'm gonna show you all the 35 different outfits. Let me first ask you this. When you're shopping for your wardrobe, are you leaning towards getting more tops and dresses? That's very typical, myself included, because those are the pieces that get most attention. When it comes to bottoms, pants, jeans, and skirts, most women do not pay enough attention to because they all kind of look similar. We only get a new pair of pants or jeans when they are really worn out. But actually, if you want to maximize the number of outfits you can create, think more about your bottoms. Here's what I mean. If you are always getting straight leg jeans, think about wide leg jeans and vice versa. Because no matter how many pairs of straight leg jeans you get, even though they're from different brands, different colors, they are gonna give you a very similar outfit because jeans, the leg shape is what sets the foundation for your entire silhouette. And likewise, if you're always wearing jeans or pants or trousers, get one skirt and then you're gonna notice all of the tops you can pair with that skirt, and that's gonna give you so many fresh new outfits that would look completely different than what you would have gotten just from getting jeans and pants. Now let me show you all the 35 different outfits I have created using just these 11 pieces. Wow, congratulations. I am so glad you watched the entire video. So now you know how you can also use such a small number of clothes and create numerous outfits. 35 outfits, that's more than enough to last you 1 full month. If you haven't yet, make sure you sign up for my newsletter below so that you can receive my free styling tip to your inbox every week. I will see you in the next video.
Well, that didn't go how I thought it would go. That was more of a fashion show than like fashion advice. However, I am going to use my travel fashion advice to take what she gave and then make it so that you can also use some of the tips that she's recommending if you want to look a certain way, or use some of the tips that I'm going to recommend if you want to fly. Basically, I'll start with the Weekenders business. Weekenders was a fantastic business that made travel clothes out of knit material that all pulled double duty. The product was fantastic. The problem was their MLM business model was terrible. They basically would release a new line of clothes every 6 months that we were expected to buy at full price with our discount of 30 to 40% off, and then turn around and sell the clothes at full price to our customers The problem was that 4 months after the line came out, they would clearance the products for like 50% off, and then we would still get our 30 to 40% discount on top of that. So we would literally buy the clothes for like 25% of the original retail cost. So a lot of people would wait until the 4-month mark and then hit up their customers and sell the whole line to them then. That obviously meant that the company was not going to make a lot of money. That's pretty much why they went under. The basic concept of the company that made it so fantastic is that you would help your customers pick 10 pieces. It was usually 4 bottoms, 4 tops, and 2 jackets. And then you could mix and match and make 30 different outfits with that. So think about that for just a second. 4 bottoms, 4 tops, 2 jackets. Point 2 that was fantastic about the company is that all of the clothes pulled double duty. They could be mixed and matched so that you could wear the items when it was hot, when it was cold, when it was raining. You could wear it to the business office, or you could change it up a bit and wear it to the nightclub. The third was that all of the products were made out of knit materials. And the knit materials meant that it would not wrinkle in your luggage. You could literally ball it up, throw it on the floor, pick it up, shake it out, and still be able to wear it. Because of that, I still look for knit garments today that I can buy and wear that don't necessarily wrinkle. And honestly, I don't really use an iron on anything except my work uniform. The final concept that was fantastic about the garments was because they were knit materials, because they were cut properly, you could also basically wear them to bed. They were that soft, they were that comfortable. And you kind of get addicted to that. So most of the clothes that I own, you can actually wear to bed or out and about. So for me, traveling as a flight attendant, the basic concept that I look for when I look for clothes is I look for knit materials that don't wrinkle. I look for clothes that can pull double duty, and I look for items that I can mix and match. Now, when it comes to the mix and match, there was a very basic, simple concept with weekenders. The concept was that you would get 2 of your basic colors, and it was usually like black and white or black and cream, and you would pick a bottom, a shirt, and a jacket with the black colors, and then you would pick a bottom and a top of white or cream colored, and possibly the jacket too, if you wanted the jacket in cream colored. And then of course you could pick more as well, but they would usually start you with these core pieces, and then they would add in a bright color each season. Something that went really well with either one of those. Now, I don't know about you, I seem to live by the rule of the white shirt, which says that as soon as you put on a brand new white shirt, you will immediately stain it with something that you cannot wash out, like ketchup or coffee or spaghetti sauce. So the basic concept was that you would pick garments that were black because it matches pretty much everything. You would pick garments that were white or cream because it matched with everything. And then you would pick your bright colors, your obnoxious colors, or your level colors, whichever you wanted, that would blend with those. And you would mix and match it like she did at the end of the video. This was a fantastic concept, except for the rule of the white shirt. But I figured out that if I go for a light gray or possibly like a light blue, that sometimes that works for me as well. And I don't seem to live under the rule of the white shirt with those. Okay, so here was a cool tip that I learned from Weekenders. Whenever you pick a top and a bottom that are the same color, it could be completely obnoxious. It could be bright orange for both the top and the bottom. It could be purple. It could be whatever. As long as the top and the bottom were the same color, it often gave you a slimmer silhouette. So if you wanted to actually look thinner in something that you wear, try to make sure that your colors are the same for both your top and the bottom. Most people think that it's black. So they think, I'm going to wear black on the top and black on the bottom. I'm going to look thinner. The same concept goes for all of the colors, basically. So that was one tip that I always really liked, and I really do think it works. The next concept that we're going to go for is what I call the double duty concept. That is that all of my clothes have to do double duty. The next tip that I want to give you is, I've mentioned CuddlDuds in another video. These are CuddlDuds Leggings, and basically they are super, super thin, and these pull double duty all the time. I will wear these under my pants in the winter. It helps me stay warmer in Chicago when I'm traveling. They are really good at wicking moisture away. So I can wear these in Miami, which I have done. I have literally left Chicago in 10-degree Fahrenheit weather and landed in Miami in 90-degree Fahrenheit weather, which was an 80-degree difference in one day. And I had these on underneath. And it was a little bit uncomfortable, but not as uncomfortable as it would have been normally. The nice thing about these is I will also wear them as leggings under dresses or long shirts because they're that comfortable. And I have also worn them under my tights with my uniform because they're so thin. And then I'll just wear boots over it to hide the hem around the bottom. So this is kind of a triple duty item to not only keep me warm, but to keep me cool. And sometimes if I need to, I'll sleep in these as well. So CuddlDuds, you can get them from Kohl's, you can get them from Walmart and Target at certain times of year, but Kohl's, you can buy it from their website all year long. They always have the full line. Item number 2 is like what she's wearing right there, the t-shirt. I always carry a stretchy t-shirt, partially because it's a t-shirt. You're going to wear it when you go out and about. If it's a hot day, you want something that's a little bit cooler, but I also use it as a pillowcase. The reason that I will do that is when you dye your hair burgundy, and then you wash it in hot water, it likes to bleed and make your bath look like a blood bath. When you're traveling and you go to wash your hair in hot water, which I always do, you will stain the towels burgundy, you will stain the pillowcases burgundy. Even if you don't wash your hair, if you sweat from the neck up like I do, I have woken up with the pillowcases burgundy before. So anytime I dye my hair, I know that for about a week after I dye my hair, I'm going to stain white pillowcases and white towels. So it helps to have an extra t-shirt around that you can just throw over your pillowcase and you can sleep on it, and then you can also wear it if you need to. Maybe that grosses you out, but traveling is about getting creative. So if that grosses you out, you need to consider how you travel. The other thing is you might have more than one t-shirt, so you might just wear that when you run down to the hotel lobby or when you run out to the corner to get some snacks from the gas station. Item number 3 that I always carry with me, and don't judge me for the paint stain on this, I just grabbed one that was hanging out and I'm in the process of painting. I always carry a thin long sleeve shirt too. These are great because you can layer them under jackets. You can wear them as a pajama top if your hotel room is too cold. I will use it as a shirt as I go out and about. I will use it to keep myself warm on planes. This is another CuddlDuds item that I got from the men's section because they don't put these in the women's section. You might not be able to find something exactly like this, but if you go to the workout section at Kohl's or wherever you buy your workout clothes, and you look for a workout top with a zipper and pockets, and preferably pockets with zippers, this is a great thing to take on the plane because the flight attendants will always keep the planes cold. It forces people to sleep, and hot planes make people throw up. Having something like this that you can grab out of your bag, something that bundles up real small, is really nice, and you usually find this in the workout section. Again, if you get zippered pockets, that's really nice too, because then when you're out and about, if you stick anything in there, you can zip it up and not worry so much about getting pickpocketed or having things fall out of your pocket. Plus, if you're wearing it when you go through security, you can just take the whole thing off, drop it in the bin, and then you just pick it up and put it on the other side, and you've got all of your stuff in here that you need, like your ID, your keys, whatever it was that you wanted to keep close to you. Finally, the nice thing about this is you can wear this as a top, or you can throw it over a t-shirt like that, or you can wear it as a jacket, and it gives you a dual look. So again, I like that from the workout section. And speaking of workout section, again, this is for the women. I like to travel with a tank top from the workout section that's made of a swimsuit stretchy material, and I like to travel with shorts made out of a swimsuit stretchy material. Do you see where I'm going with this? Swimsuit material? Yes. I will use these as a swimsuit. And the reason that I do that is because this dries out so much faster than even regular swimsuits. When you buy a regular swimsuit, they often have the padded bra inside, and that takes a long time to dry. Also, if you do buy a two-piece, a lot of times when you hang these up to dry and the water goes down, you'll find that the bottom dries slower than the top. With something that's like a swimsuit material, the nice thing about it is if you do go swimming, you get the chlorine in it, you rinse it out in the sink, and then you squeeze out as much water as you can, and you hang it in the shower, and it'll be dry by morning. With the shorts, again, I look for something with pockets, and as a lady, you might be able to guess why. Got any ideas? Basically, I will wear this under a skirt if I am traveling, because if you are a lady who is a little bit more voluptuous, you might know that if you walk in a skirt without shorts underneath, your thighs are going to rub together and you're going to get that rash that really drives you crazy. So I not only wear this as a swimsuit, I also wear it as thigh protection when I'm wearing a dress. I'm out and about and traveling. And finally, both of these can be used in the gym. So if you actually want to work out, you've got a workout outfit that, again, you could rinse out and hang. And then also, again, with this, I will use it as a tank top, and I will layer it under a jacket like this, any kind of jacket, just to get that pop of color. This one, again, does not have the built-in bra. You can buy them with the built-in bras, but they do tend to take a little bit longer to dry, and they might not be dry by morning if you need to throw it in your suitcase and move on. This is another tip that I really liked from Weekenders. You see her skirt here? You can take a skirt like this, and you can pull it up to underneath the arms here, and you can create a strapless dress. This looks terrible on me because of the super wide shoulders and also the girls. But if you're thinner and your girls are perkier, it might look great on you. Or if you have like a strapless bra, you take a skirt like that, you pull it up, and then you strap it off with the belt. And you could do high, low, different types of belts, even ties, like a robe tie, and you would get some really cool dress looks with a skirt. And then you can also throw your jacket over it and give it a little bit classier look. Whereas if you do a shorter skirt like that and you pull it up, it's just going to give you that tube top look that looks really good for a lot of women. It is a nice simple tip that if you want to take a skirt with you, you can use it as a tube top. If you want to take a long skirt with you, you can use it as a cocktail dress. That could be one of your bottoms that also will double duty and give you even more outfits. Now we're in the men's/women's/unisex section. And some of the tips that I want to tell you about in this section, we are going to start with the shoes. So these are the shoes that I wear. They have basically a very flexible sole, and it's basically a sneaker sole. They are Skechers, and I can walk miles and miles of these a day. So I love these because they give me that professional look that I need at work, but I can also wear them on the treadmill. I can run in these, and I definitely walk 10,000 steps a day in these, which is about 4 miles. So if you're going to pick shoes for your trip, you want to pick something with a nice flexible sole that is very likely from your sneaker section. Whatever your favorite sneaker company is, find their store, go to it, and see what styles they have with flexible soles. And then the best thing you can do is make sure you don't have any laces, because when you go through security, not having laces and slipping them on and off is much easier. You will definitely want to avoid wearing high heels to the airport, because some high heels now actually put a metal shank in this part of the shoe, and that will set off security like every single time. Not only that, you don't want to run around the airport in high heels or flip-flops, which a lot of people do, because a lot of these airports are like a mile long, and you might only have 10 minutes to run from one side of the airport to the other. You don't want to do that in high heels. You don't want to do that in flip-flops. So try to grab something from your sneaker section, preferably without laces, that looks professional, that you can wear not only in the gym, but when you're like out and about while you're traveling. Now that the shoes are out of the way, the next item that I want to talk about that applies for both men and women is pants, and more specifically, jeans. Now, I think there are some travelers that will definitely disagree with me on this next part, but I never, ever travel with jeans. And the reason that I never, ever travel with jeans is because of the material. Now, I think a lot of travelers that travel rough and tumble and camp a lot, they love jeans because it's harder to rip them and they're very long lasting. The reason that I don't travel with them is, one, because they're very bulky and they take up a lot of space in the suitcase. And two, they don't dry out quickly. So if you want to wash them in your hotel room, in the tub or whatever, and you get them wet, they're hard to wring out. They take several days to drip dry. You don't want something like that. Instead, what I have are pajama jeans, and that is the literal name of the company. So I have owned pajama jeans for probably 12, 13 years. I don't even know. They've had the same styles for well over a decade. I've probably got 2 pairs of these. And the nice thing about it is that you can get the different kinds of cuffs that you like. They do have them for men as well as women. And here are the men's versions. Again, they're the basic classic styles that they do every year. Black, blue, indigo, whitewash. And if you subscribe, apparently you get 15% off. And no, they're not sponsoring me. I am not affiliated with them at all. They do have petite sizes. They do have tall sizes. And they usually have a sale section, which is usually some weird style that they have come out with. Obviously, they do shorts as well. But anyway, all of these styles come in different colors. They always do have a sale section, and you can find these on Amazon. I generally order them from Amazon, not only because they can sometimes be cheaper on Amazon, but because they'll be delivered faster on Amazon and you don't pay shipping on Amazon. They do have a store set up on Amazon, which I will link for you in the description below, so that if you want to click on that, you can just go and then browse through whatever they have on Amazon. Or again, this is pajamajeans.com. Now, the great thing about these is they are very stretchy material. They do feel like jeans on the outside, but they're not as heavy as jeans. You can sleep in these. I have slept in these before. They generally dry faster than jeans. They may not be the fastest, but they also have a string on the inside. You can see how beat up that is because I've had these for a long time. So this is always nice. You don't have to worry about a belt. You can loosen it or tighten it depending on how much you eat during the day. And I think they just look great. These ones got some little holes in it because I will literally do construction in these. So pajama jeans is a great style. I do look for materials that I can sleep in, whether it's jeans or just lounge pants. I do tend to buy my favorite pants from the Kohl's workout section. They're super comfortable. If you get the ankle kind like this right here, that can be nice because then if it's raining wherever you're going, you don't have to worry about stepping in puddles. It tends to stay above your shoe line. It tends to stay cleaner. And then again, if it's raining, you're not getting them wet like I always do. I never wear them like that. I always go for the kind that drag on the ground and regret it a lot. Although sometimes if I take boots, that does help it stay dry. Also, I tend to look for pants with pockets, and the pajama jeans do have pockets, or if I get the lounge pants, I also get pockets. Basically, what I do is whenever I pack, I try to grab at least one pair of pants that could be lounge pants, pajama pants. I grab a set of leggings. I grab a short sleeve shirt. I grab a long sleeve shirt. I grab a workout jacket. If I know there's going to be a pool, or if I think I'm going to work out at all, I will take the swimsuit material stuff. Usually only take this if I know that there's going to be a hot tub. And then once I've got that one set, I might grab a second set of that exact same thing. Or like I said, if you grab 4 bottoms, 4 tops, 2 jackets for 10 pieces, you can make 30 different outfits. And if you do a skirt or a dress with that, that can be a tube top as well as a cocktail dress or as a skirt. That gives you more options. So I guess that's it. Okay, back to Out of Whack Wednesday. The part that I forgot to mention last night while editing this and when I first recorded this was the things that need to live in your suitcase if you want to pack quickly. In order to pack quickly and make sure that you never miss anything, there are certain things that you should just buy for your suitcase as if your suitcase owns them. For example, your bag of toiletries. You should leave in your suitcase all year round. One of the problems that I think a lot of people do is that they think when they get home, they have to completely empty out their suitcase and return everything to its original position. But if you have your toiletries and you just leave them in your bag all the time, then that is going to help you make sure that you never forget your toiletries. Let's say you travel once a year. When it's time to pack for the following year and you see that bag of toiletries in there, you're going to go ahead and refresh them with new stuff and put it back. So it's going to help you never forget your toiletries by always leaving that toiletry bag in your suitcase. Along with that, I always have my charger in the bag. I bought a fast charger that has lots of USB ports in it, and then I have a different kind of cable for absolutely anything that I might need to charge attached to it. So I've got the C chargers, I've got the lightning chargers, I've got the charger for my glasses, I've got the mini USB charger. I've put as many chargers as I can connected to this one box, wrap them all up, and leave them in the suitcase all year. The reason that I use the fast charger is because it has a long cable, and a lot of times the plugs are behind the bed in a lot of hotels. They always try to have one on the nightstand, but sometimes those are super weak. Sometimes you can't fit 2 plugs into it. So having the long cable with the fast charger makes it a lot easier for me to access more plugs in the room and charge more devices. If you think about it, you probably have a lot of chargers around your house that you don't use, that you don't need. I've got a box of them. Just grab some of those, throw them in your bag, and just leave them there all year long. Even if you just do cables and not a full charger, having something like this, a lot of times the nightstands will have a USB port that you can plug it into. You can plug it in on the plane. Just always keep them in your bag. Also, I keep a sandwich bag of all of the vitamins that I need in the bag, and I keep another sandwich bag with like Aleve and aloe vera and nasal decongestant, things that I know that I'm going to need when I travel. And once again, if you only travel once a year, then that means when you go to pack the bag and you see those things, you will remember to dump out what's in there and refresh them. Do yourself a favor. If there's something around the house that you feel you can't live without, like the Fire Stick or Icy Hot or your nasal decongestion, buy a second set and just leave it in your suitcase all year long. You will save so much time when it comes to packing, and you'll be so much less likely to forget those things when you go on your trip. Because believe me, when you go on your trip, you do not want to be scrambling trying to find those things, especially if you don't have a car. Finally, the other thing that I do is I always keep at least 5 to 6 to even 2 weeks worth of clean underwear in my luggage at all times. That way I don't really have to think about it. I just check the pocket that they're in to make sure that there's still plenty of pairs in there. And I buy a 6-pack of trouser socks that are all the exact same that I will also put into the bag. And the reason that I do that is by making sure that they're all the same color, they're all the same length, then I can mix and match them. So If one of them gets kind of weird and gross, you don't care if you throw it out or not. You're not constantly trying to match your socks when you're trying to go out and do something fun. I do go for the trouser socks because they are the thinner fabric versus, say, sports socks, which has the round knit. And the reason I do that is because many years ago when I was in my 30s, I played roller derby and I tried using the sports socks while skating, and it was murder on your feet, absolute murder. The only socks that I found that really helped were ones that were thin and didn't have the pile inside the socks. So I've always gone for a trouser sock style, which is very thin. And I always go for black because it matches everything. And again, if they're all the same length, they're easy to mix and match, and you're not spending your time trying to dress perfectly when you're out on a trip. So again, the best way to pack are all of those things that I mentioned before, but especially to always have your bag about half ready to go. So you just got to put your clothes in. Grab your remote. Okay, guys, if you have any suggestions on things that you absolutely have to travel with, I'm always willing to learn from the passengers. Please comment in the section below. Her video is going to be popping up in just a moment so that you can go watch the whole video if you want, or if you just want to link to any of the outfits that she is promoting. If you liked this video, do me a favor and hit the like button so that I know, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted to when that comes out. Thank you guys for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Ciao!